friends, welcome back to our channel. In today's session, let's have a look on the input and output statements in Java programming. So as we know that input statement is used to read the input from the keyboard at the runtime, and the output statement is used to print the output on the display screen. So in C language we use the input function as a scanf and the output function is printf, right? So here in Java we have to use a few methods in order to read the input from the keyboard and write the output on the display screen. We have to call some methods. So in Java, everything will be written in a class. So everything will be treated as a class and objects. So here, what is a class? A class is a template or a blueprint which the object will follow, right? So every class consists of the properties as well as actions. The properties and actions. So these properties we call them as variables, and these actions we call them as methods. So each and every class consists of the variables as well as methods. So in order to access these variables or methods, this class cannot access directly these variables and methods. So in order to access these variables and methods which are written in class, compulsory we have to create an instance for this class. An instance for this class that we call as object. So an object must be created. So our object is an instance. It's a reference to the particular class. And through this object, we have to access these variables and methods. So just like our structure members, the structure and members. So we know that the structure consists of a template. So let it be a struct student, right? Student is a tag name. Struct student consists of some name, character, some name of 20 and int age, close. So this is the structure, and in order to access these variables we have to use the structure variable, and through the structure variable only these members will be accessed. Let it be, if you declared some s1 as a structure variable, so this structure variable consists of both the members, and if you want to access these members, this must be done only by means of the structure variable. So we have to access like s1.name and s1.age, right? This is possible. And if you are trying to print directly the name and age, this is not possible because these are the members of a structure and this can be accessed only by means of structure variable by using this dot operator. The same thing is repeated in Java programming. So a class consists of variables and methods. So here we are using only variables, but here in additional we are having methods also. In order to access these methods also, we have to create an object, and through the object we have to access the variables and methods. For example, the same thing, class student. So here directly we can have a string data type. So string name, right? And let it be display. Some display method is there. So if you want to access this name, we have to create an object for the student, and through the student, let it be object is created with the s1 is an object. So s1 dot name will print the name, and s1 dot display will call the display method. So by means of object only we have to call these variables or methods. Similarly, here also the input and output functions, and output functions also called with the class name. See, here the IO stream, there are three main IO streams. First one is system.in. So remember here S is a capital, S is a capital. System.out, system.error. There are three IO streams. So stream is nothing but a bytes of data, right? So system.in is used to read the data from keyboard. Read the data from keyboard. System.out, right? System.out. So system.out is used to display the data on screen. System.err, that means it displays the error messages. Display the error messages, right? So here this is a class. So system.in, system.out and system.err. So all these IO streams are available in java.lang package. Java.lang package. So here in C programming we are including some header files before using the predefined functions, right? Like printf and scanf, these are the standard input and output functions. So in order to implement this printf and scanf, we are including the standard input output.h, that means header file. Similarly, here also every class will be available in the packages. So we have to import those packages before using those classes in our program. So here the standard input and output streams, IO streams, all these IO streams are available in lang package. Lang package. So how to import? There is a statement import, which is a keyword, right? We have seen this keyword. Import space, write on the name java.lang.star. So if you mention here star, that implies each and every class which belongs to this lang package will be accessed. Or simply we can write the class name, so that only that particular class itself we have to use in the program. If you include this star, every class can be used in our program, right? So by default, Java will import this java.lang.star. So explicitly the user need not include this java.lang.star, right? Now, so remember these three: system.in, system.out and system.error. See, coming to the output statement. So first let us see the output statement. So system.out there are different functions available to display the output on the screen. The first one is output.print. So it doesn't have a new line character, so everything will be printed in a single line. In a single line. For example, if you write system.out.print welcome, and immediately if you write system.out.print Java, the output will be in a single line, welcome, and even though you are writing the next line, it will print in a single line. So this is the output for these two statements. So it doesn't include the new line character. So everything will be displayed in a single line. So if you want to print in the next line, we have to add ln in the print. So system.out.println. Println means a line, right? So the output will be printed in multiple lines, right? Multiple lines. So if you include here ln, print ln. So whenever you are printing the ln, the text will be displayed on the next line. So here welcome will be printed, and if you print system.out.println, the text will be displayed on the next line. So here you can write only print. So only a single text, so that will be printed, and next text we are printing using println function. So the data will be printed in the next line, right? So these two are the main things, and there is one more thing, that is printf, system.out.printf. So this is almost similar to the syntax which we are using in C language. Similar to C language. So here we have to use a type specifier, %d for integer, %f for float, %d for double, right? So everything, all these type specifiers must be included if you use this system.out.println. So these specifiers are not required if you use this system.out.print and system.out.println. So if you use these two functions, these specifiers are not required. If you use the system.out.printf, these access specifiers should be included. So hope you understood the output function. So everything is same, right? So next, let us see the input function. Input function. So here, input function means in order to read the output, in order to read the data from the keyboard at the runtime itself. Okay. So for this, we will use scanner class or buffer reader class. So in the buffer reader, with the help of input stream reader and file reader. So there are two methods to read the input at the runtime. So one is by using the scanner class, another one by using the buffer reader class, right? So this scanner class is used to read the data from keyboard. And by using this buffer reader, we can read the input from either keyboard or from a file, and it should be existing file. So already some existing file, right? So files concept in our C language. So we can read the data from existing file or from the keyboard. But here scanner class should be used to read the data from keyboard itself. So this is available in util package. This is available in IO package. So in order to implement this scanner class, this must be, the util package should be included. Import java.util.scanner. So as we have seen the naming conventions in the previous session, that we have to follow some particular rules. So every class will be every class name will be starting with a capital letter. So here this scanner and the buffer reader, all these are the classes. So first letter of these words will be capital. So this should be remembered, right? So java.util.scanner. So by using this statement, this scanner class has been imported to our program. Or simply, without writing the scanner, you can write star. So whatever the classes available in this util package, everything we can use in the program. So anything you can write. Similarly, if you use this buffer reader, so here also, every first character of the word should be capital letter. We have seen in the naming conventions, right? So buffer reader, B capital and R capital. So if you want to implement this buffer reader, we have to import this IO package. So for that, import java.io.star, right? Or simply we can write io.bufferedreader. So first in this session, let us see this scanner class. In the next session, we will see this buffer reader, right? Now coming to this scanner class. Scanner class. So as I have said just now, so a class consists of variables and methods. In order to implement that variables or methods in case of accessing those methods of that particular class, that can be done only by means of an object created for that particular class. So that means if you want to access some methods from of this scanner class, we have to create an object, and from that object, through that object itself, we have to access the methods. So what are the methods available in scanner class? So next method is used to read string. Next int is used to read integer. Similarly, next float, read float value. Next double is used to read a double value, right? So these are the few methods available in scanner class. So in order to access these methods, first one object should be created for the scanner class, and through that object, by using the dot operator, we have to use these methods. Let it be SC is the object created for the scanner. SC. So I will tell you how to create an object for a class. So what is the syntax to create an object for a class? So let it be first, SC is a object created for the scanner class. SC. So in order to access these methods, what is the statement? The object dot the method SC dot next will read the string. I will write here SC dot next. Similarly, SC dot next int, SC dot next float, SC dot next double, right? So here what is the SC? It is an instance of scanner class. Instance of a scanner class. That means we can simply say the object for scanner class. So before accessing these methods, we have to create an object, and through that object we have to access the methods. Now, how to create an object? Creation of an object for a class. So for this, the class name followed by object name is equal to new keyword followed by constructor. So this is the syntax to create an object. So a constructor is just like a method which is having the name equal to our class name. So just I am telling the definition. So in the next sessions I will tell you in depth about the constructors. So what is a constructor and how many types of constructors are there. So we will discuss in the next sessions, right? So now just note down the syntax, the class name followed by object name and new and the constructor. So what is the importance of constructor means here new is used to create an object and constructor is used to initialize an object. So new keyword is used to create an object, constructor is used to initialize the object. So constructor will always have the name similar to the class name. So whatever the class name we are using, the constructor will also have the same name. So just we will create an object for this scanner. So follow this syntax, class name, that is scanner. So we know that class name always consists of a capital letters, first letter, that is scanner, S capital. Object name, so we have created SC is an object. So SC is equal to new, and here the constructor. So as I have said, the constructor is to initialize the object and the name of a constructor must be equal to the class name. New scanner, right? New scanner. So this is the syntax to create an object for the class, right? Now from where we have to read the input. So input should be read from keyboard. So in order to read the input from the keyboard, we have an IOStream called system.in. System.in is used to read the data from the keyboard. So we have to pass this system.in IOStream to the as a parameter for this constructor. So scanner system.in, right? System.in. So here S is also a capital letter, as system is a class name, so S is a capital letter, right? So this is the syntax to read an input from the keyboard. So by using this SC object, we have to access the next to read an integer, read a string, next int to read the integer, next float to read the float value, next double to read the double value, right? So as we know that variables should be declared before they are used in the program, right? Now let us see the program, a simple program, and let us wind up today. And next session I will tell you the buffered reader. So let it be int a comma b. I have to read two integers, or simply we can use some string name int a float b double c. So in order to read these read the input from the keyboard, we have to use the scanner class. So first create an object, scanner. Object name can be anything. I have given some SC as the scanner object, so you can write any object name. So let it be IO as a object is equal to new. So object name can be anything. Object name, this is an object name. New constructor, so the name must be equal to the scanner, and we have to read the input from the keyboard. We have to use system.in IOStream as a parameter to the constructor. Now by using this IO we have to read the values. So name is equal to IO dot next. So this will this will read the input. Next, A is equal to IO dot next int. B is equal to IO dot next float. IO dot next double. So in the naming conventions we have seen the rules to be followed for the method. So if it is a method, the first character of a first word should be small letter and every first character from the next words should be a capital letter. So that's why next int is a method, n is a small letter and I is a capital letter. Similarly, n is a small letter, f is a capital letter, n is a small letter and d is a capital letter. Right? So here this is the simple statements to read the data from the keyboard. So here we need not declare the variables at one place, and we can in our C program first we have to declare the variables, then only we have to use the variables in our program. But here while using the variables itself we can declare the variables. Directly we can remove this part and directly at the time of initialization here itself we can declare the variables. String name is equal to int a is equal to float b is equal to double c is equal to. So at the time of usage itself we can declare a variable, right? That is one more thing available in our Java programming. So hope you understood this input function scanner class by using the scanner class. So in this session we have seen the IO streams system.in, system.out and system.err, and the output function, that is system.out. There are different methods, print, println, printf, and similarly the input function by using the scanner class and the buffer reader class. So in this session we have seen the scanner class. So every class will be consist of variables and methods. In order to access those variables and methods, compulsory we have to create an object, and through that object itself we have to read the we have to access the variables or methods. So in the scanner class we have seen the different methods. In order to access those methods, first we have to create an object for the scanner class, and then through that object we have to access the methods. So in order to read an integer, in order to read a string, in order to read a float, in order to read a double. So hope you understood this session, right? So let us stop here. In the next session we will see the buffered reader class. So how to read an input by using the buffered reader class. So that can be, by using that buffer reader we can read the data from the keyboard or an existing file. So we'll see both the cases, to reading the data from the keyboard and reading the data from the existing file, right? So if you really understood my sessions, like my sessions, and if you are having any doubts, feel free to post your doubts in the comment section so that I will definitely try to clarify all your doubts, and share my sessions with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.